While everyone's busy playing the same overhyped cozy releases, I went digging for the stuff that nobody's talking about, and I found 10 games that are actually surprisingly cozy that you probably scrolled right past without even realising. Because sometimes the coziest games don't look cozy at all. They hide in genres that usually scream chaos. A deck builder based on sticker battles, a management game about a movie studio, even a superhero call centre that's somehow calmer than half the chill games on Steam. Timestamps are in the description if you want to skip around, but honestly I'd recommend sticking around until the end of the video because I'll be finishing off with my top 3 obsessions from this month. Because if you're spoilt for choice and wondering where to start, these 3 games completely won me over and are absolutely worth your time and money. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the cutest deck builder probably ever made. My Card is Better Than Your Card, which launched into early access on the 6th of October. It's a sticker-based roguelike deck builder where you craft cards by literally decorating them with stickers. The gameplay loop is simple and satisfying. You collect stickers, mix them to create combos, and go head-to-head in little turn-based duels. What makes it cozy isn't the lack of challenge, it's the tone and creativity of the game. You peel, place and layer stickers, experimenting with how each one changes your card's powers. There's no single right way to play. You can take your time, test combinations and laugh at whatever delightful disaster you end up with. The game doesn't take itself seriously and neither should you. It's about finding fun in creativity. My Card is Better Than Your Card is a perfect example of how even competitive systems can become cozy when wrapped in charm and humour. There's something instantly satisfying about the idea of running your own little game shop, and Bits and Boards Game Shop Simulator captures this perfectly. Bits and Boards launched on the 9th of October and sees you playing an owner of a local game shop, decorating your shelves, ordering stock, managing the till and keeping the lights on one sale at a time. It's technically a management sim, but it feels more creative. You're not being pushed to maximise profit or meet endless quotas, instead you're shaping an atmosphere. You decide what to stock, where to place the shelves and how to decorate your walls, and what types of customers you want to attract. You unlock upgrades gradually and you can expand your shop, host board game sessions or just stand behind the counter and chill while your staff handle everything. It's the kind of cozy where you don't just manage, you curate a chill vibe, and honestly, that's the best kind. Next up is Dice Legends, which landed on the 10th of October, a game that takes the tension out of roguelike deck builders and somehow makes it feel pretty chill. In the game you choose one of 3 heroes and build a deck of cards, roll dice to activate them, explore different worlds and collect loot and upgrade abilities as you go. The deck building and dice combination means that you're crafting as much as you're battling. You're exploring synergies, trying out new builds, discovering what works, and that creative space is inherently cozy. The choice of characters, the feel and style of the game is very much like Slay the Spire, but in a lighter touch way. And despite the combat focus, there's no grim atmosphere, the characters are quirky, the mechanics are engaging, and the progression of the game is very satisfying. It's one of those games that you're really going to get lost in if you're not careful. Dice Legends sits at the intersection of engagement and ease, and is a solid choice when you want something a bit more active, but still easy to unwind to. Now let's talk about Nomia, a game that launched on the 10th of October, and it's a turn-based tactical roguelike that shouldn't be cozy, but somehow is. You control 2 heroes at once, each with their own deck of abilities, and explore a world built on shifting battlefields and quiet mystery. There's no frantic clicking or punishment for taking your time. Nomia lets you pause, assess, and enjoy the puzzle of movement and timing. What makes Nomia cozy is that it celebrates mindful play. It's about presence, not pressure. You find comfort in the precision of the game and the slow rhythm of watching 2 characters move together on a grid and work together to defeat enemies. You'll spend time piecing together its world through gentle discovery rather than forced objectives. Nomia isn't just relaxing, it's the kind of cozy that engages and challenges you while still keeping things chill. And honestly, any game that can make turn-based combat feel relaxing definitely earns a spot on this list. Dispatch launched on the 22nd of October, and it puts you in charge of a superhero call centre. You're not saving the day in this one, you're scheduling the people who do. You play as Robert Robertson, once a hero known as Mecha Man, now grounded after losing his suit and tasked with dispatching a team of misfit ex-villains turned heroes. At first it sounds chaotic, managing crises, coordinating missions and dealing with moody heroes, but underneath this is actually quite cozy. You're guiding things from behind a desk, choosing who handles what, and chatting with your co-workers between emergencies. What makes Dispatch surprisingly cozy is how it frames the extraordinary through ordinary. The writing is witty, the characters are charming, and the stakes somehow feel low. Superhero stories are usually loud and explosive, but Dispatch reminds us that sometimes the quiet, competent people in the background that make everything work are just as important, and that's pretty cozy. Hey there, just a quick pause to say that if you're enjoying the chill vibes and discovering new and unconventional cozy games, subscribe to the channel. If you wanted to support the channel a little bit more, you can also give this Slothee a coffee. And trust me, I need the energy. You can find the link in the description below. And now, back to the video. Then there's The Bench, a game that launched on the 24th of October. A delightfully quirky game about retirement benches, pigeon crews, and gentle puzzles. You play as an elderly gentleman who's trying to escape his retirement home, with his trusty walking stick and a squad of customizable pigeons. Yep, you heard that right, this game is about pigeons. The game description promises that you'll explore the world going bench to bench, solve puzzles and keep your mischievous pigeon crew in line. The world is colourful, stylised and peaceful, but with little sparks of fun. The idea of an elderly gentleman leading pigeons on adventures while switching between benches is simultaneously silly and soothing. If you're looking for a title that's funny and relaxing, The Bench will be a great pick for you. Now we come to Egglets The Long 10 Days, a game that launched on the 24th of October and at first glance sounds very tense. A 10-day crisis management simulation, where you act as the administrator of planet Egon, managing supplies, public opinion and ambiguous orders. But hold on, that's exactly what makes it surprisingly cozy, in the weirdest, most charming way. You're given tasks like manage public opinion flow, while you oversee 5 core residents, each with distinct personalities. On the surface, it's dystopian in nature as you begin to mess with media coverage of an ongoing crisis, but also wrestling with the concept of freedom of speech and access to information. What adds to the cozy vibe is the hand-drawn art and the slow pacing. You can lean into the simulation, make weird decisions, and just enjoy watching what happens. Egglets The Long 10 Days offers cozy through absurdity and contemplation, and that makes it memorable. Okay, settle in for this one. Simon the Sorcerer's Origins is the official prequel to a cult classic point-and-click game. It launched on the 27th of October and is a prequel to the original 1993 point-and-click adventure game, but it is a self-contained story, making it accessible to new players. You'll step into the boots, well, robes, of Simon, a sarcastic wizard in training, and follow the path of how he will become, well, him. What makes this one cozy in a surprising way is the pacing. It's a classic adventure game, so you wander through scenes, talk to quirky characters, and combine odd items to solve puzzles. The narrative tone is almost like a cozy coming-of-age tale. You're discovering Simon's origins, witnessing his awkward moments, and exploring the strange, magical world he begins to understand. That kind of story is full of character and has cozy written all over it. So if you're looking for a game that's comfortable, charming, and quietly funny, Simon the Sorcerer's Origins is a perfect pick. Next up is Bura, The Way the Wind Blows, and yes, it absolutely deserves a spotlight on this list. Launching on the 27th of October, this is an exploration adventure game set along a beautiful coast, where you roam through nature, meet spirits from the Mediterranean folk tales, and go at your own pace. On the surface, it's about gliding over cliffs, diving into the sea, uncovering runes, and bonding with your spirit companion. But the cozy magic is how gently everything unfolds. It's storytelling through scenery and introspection through movement. The visuals lean into a dreamy vibe and the mood is peaceful. In short, Bura is about being. It's perfect for when you want to play something unhurried, beautiful, and softly thoughtful. Lastly, we have Super Movie Tycoon, which launched on the 31st of October. In this game, you're working behind the scenes in Hollywood. You start small, you build a studio, you pick scripts, and you hire actors and crew. You design sets and special effects, so you work from script to screen. Now you might think that sounds like a stress-filled management sim, but it really isn't. This game takes inspiration from the 2 Point series in feel, pace, and design. The pace is yours to set, you choose the genres, you craft the narratives, and you let your creative vision play out. What makes it cozy is the act of creation itself becoming soothing. You choose your actors and you decide whether to film a melodrama or a goofy comedy. Super Movie Tycoon becomes a cozy retreat under the guise of big dreams and Hollywood lights. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and thinking, okay, well, which one should I actually play first? Let me make things easy for you. These are my top 3 obsessions from this list. The ones I can't stop thinking about and the ones that I feel perfectly balance charm, creativity, and coziness. My number 3 is My Card is Better Than Your Card. This one just oozes personality. It's creative, light-hearted, and tactile in the way most games forget to be. There's something so satisfying about building a deck out of literal stickers. It's childlike joy wrapped in strategy. Every round feels playful, and even when you lose, you just kind of want to laugh and tweak your cards again. It's comfort through creativity. My number 2 has to be The Bench. This game embodies quiet beauty. The gentle humour, the soft pacing, and the peaceful park setting is everything a cozy game should be. There's no winning or losing, it's just you, a bench, and a bunch of pigeons. And a space to be mischievous. My number 1 from this month has to be Dispatch. Nothing else this month surprised me quite as much as this one. A superhero office simulator shouldn't be cozy, but it absolutely is. It's warm, it's funny, it's character driven and oddly relatable. You're the calm in a world of chaos, managing crises one cup of coffee at a time. It's smart, stylish, and surprisingly heartfelt. So those are my 3 obsessions from October's hidden cozy releases. Which one are you going to try first? And what games from this list are you adding to your wish list? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.